Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Before we get into today's video, I just wanted to say don't forget about the giveaway that is happening. It will be happening all the way throughout the month. I'm giving away 2 Blade & Sorcery Steam keys of the winner's choice, whether that be Nomad or PC VR version on Steam and Oculus. So, if you want to win, all you have to do is like the video, subscribe and comment when you let me know when you're done. And other than that, I just want to say thank you to Sushin for letting me try this version of MMP early. MMP is Medieval Megapack for anyone who doesn't know. One of the best mods in the history of Blade & Sorcery, if not the best. So I am honoured to show off some of the new weapons that are going to be coming out in the next couple of days to you guys. Let's get on with it. So we're going to go in and take a look at the new weapons. I think there's around 8 weapons. Maybe 9 if you include, I think there was a handle remodel on one of the weapons. So we're going to take a look, see how they perform, and yeah, I'm excited because I know for a fact there are like 2 Dark Souls models in this. And if anyone knows me, they know I'm a big Dark Souls fan. So let's get straight into it with one of the first, and it's on this table right here. Not all the weapons are here, but here's one. The Broken Longsword, or as people from Dark Souls will know, the Broken Straight Sword. Now, it is exactly what it says it is. It is a broken straight sword. It does have a handle on the top, so yes, you can half sword, but since it's fairly short, you shouldn't need to, I guess. Now we're going to take the dummy spell and just give this a quick test, so let's just summon a couple of NPCs here and see how it performs. Well, it seems to kill pretty damn fast. As far as I can tell, it's just a shorter longsword, and it performs pretty nicely. Now, how is the guard damage? What's it like to model this thing? Let's have a look. It's not bad, although it didn't instantly kill. Not bad at all, and I just think it's a really cool, unique looking weapon. Okay, I think that's enough said about the Broken Straight Sword. So let's move on to the next weapon. So what had me really excited about the update was not only that, and the other Dark Souls weapon coming up, but we got 2 new daggers. Now let's take a look at these. So, first of all, we have the DIRK. Now, the DIRK is obviously a very simple, kind of primal looking dagger, I guess. Or it's at least very unrefined, if that makes sense. You know, you wouldn't find a High Lord using this kind of weapon. It's a very peasant's weapon, if that makes any sense at all. It's actually very nice, and I think this will perform great because of the curve of the blade. It has a broader blade than most daggers, so let's give this a quick go and see how it performs. Okay, so we're going to go straight for the face, and he's straight down. Oh, and I forgot to mention, yes, MMP daggers, nearly all of them, I don't know if it's all or nearly all, have a handle on the top, so they're very good for throwing. So yeah, it seems to perform pretty well. Now let's see its slashing damage. It's not bad. I really like the design of this dagger. So, with that one done, let's look at the next one. And I think this is called the IBERIAN dagger? Let me double check that. Yeah, this is called the IBERIAN dagger. Now, as you can see, it's a very small dagger. Not a whole lot going on with it. But I have a feeling it's going to hit like a truck when it comes to stabbing for the head. So let's give it a go. Yeah, exactly what I thought. It's more of a precise weapon. You duck under there and go for the stab on the head, if you can land it. Yeah, I really like that. The model's really nice as well. I like the handle, it's really nicely detailed. So, great work on this one, Sushin. Daggers are fantastic. Let's move on to the next weapon. So, the next weapon we have is the one I was incredibly excited for, and if you played Dark Souls, you know what this is. This is the Bastard Sword. Now, it's kind of a hybrid of a greatsword and a longsword, in a way. Sorry. So it's kind of a hybrid in between a longsword and a hand and a half sword, if that makes sense. That's kind of the way I see it anyway. So it's not quite a longsword, but you could use it that way, but you could also one-hand it like a hand and a half. I've used it a shit ton in Dark Souls, so let's see how it performs in game. The model is pretty damn nice, very recognisable from the game. Wow, this thing's beautiful. Let's try out the piercing. Okay, well they bled to death, so obviously for vanilla people who don't use Sorcery, it won't insta-kill with the stab unless you hit to the face. So let's try and get a headshot with this. Okay, I didn't want to take the risk of accidentally cutting his head off there, so just be careful with this. And go for the thrust. So yes, it is an insta-kill to the face, as are most weapons in this game, I would say, but that's beautiful. And yes, you can half-sword this, and Mordal this as well. So I wouldn't worry too much about not having a great deal of versatility with this weapon. It would definitely want to be one of my go-tos now. Moving on to the next weapon. So the next weapon we have on our list, actually I don't know what origin this is from. I think it was Korean, or I could be wrong. And that is the SSANGSUDO. So obviously Asian weapon, so that's why I assumed Korean, because it isn't in the Japanese or Chinese section, it is in the world section. So that's where my assumption for it being Korean comes from. Probably should have read the description of the weapon. But it is a very nice feeling weapon to hold. The handle being large gives you a lot of versatility, and a lot of very precise handling on the weapon. You can really point where you want to take the weapon. So, let's test this thing out. That's nice. That handles very nicely. Okay, let's try with a pierce. So we're going to go for a block. Okay, it's not really a piercing weapon, it seems to be a slashing weapon, as I found piercing with that incredibly awkward. Let's give it another go, but this time we're going to just pierce directly forward. Yeah, it's not designed to pierce, it's designed for slashing. But it is beautiful. I mean, look at it. And that long handle really gives you that kind of way of having so many different stances for it. And it gives you that reach and control having your hand halfway up the weapon like that. So I could definitely see using the stance that you take in games like Sekiro and stuff, with your hands above your head. Could definitely see that being effective. Just down and then up, like that. Yeah, that's fantastic. Well, I think that's all that needs to be said about this. That is a beautiful weapon. Let's move on to the next one. So the next weapon in the world category that has been added is the GEOM, or GEOM. It's a Korean short sword kind of weapon, and I think it looks gorgeous. The Korean symbols all the way up the weapon look fantastic. I don't know if you can see that in the video, but that looks absolutely beautiful. So, let's give this a go. I have a feeling this is going to be very nice. Oh, disarmed straight away. That was very nice. Okay, I know I shouldn't really do this because it's not real, but let's give it a go in reverse grip because I just have a feeling it's going to handle nicely because it's short. Yeah, it does. Okay, and let's give the actual dismemberment a go. See how it performs in that area. Yep, it performs pretty damn fantastic. Awesome. Yeah, this weapon's gorgeous as well. And yes, you can hold the end, so you could, if you really want to, throw it like that, which is really not going to be amazing. But anyway, that was beautiful. Let's move on to the next weapon. Okay, so the next weapon's a little weird, and it's a Filipino martial arts weapon. That's the BASTON, and it's a very simple wooden fighting stick. essentially like a baton, and I cannot wait to try this out. So let's get some enemies in. Let's see what this is like. Wow, this hits incredibly hard. Let's spawn a couple and let's see how it goes. Wow, yeah. Well, this thing hits like a fucking truck, so that's fun. Yeah, really nice. Obviously not a very highly detailed model, but it doesn't need to be for what it is. So, yeah, great fun. Moving on to the next weapon. So the next weapon we have is bugging the fuck out of my characters. It's a little too big for me to hold, and that is the two-man saw. Now the two-man saw is obviously what it says. One person would hold it on this end, and one would hold it on the other end. Now, it does have handles all the way along, so you can attack with it. But I cannot wait to give this a go, because I actually requested that Sushin add this, unknowing that he was already working on it. So, let's give this a go against some enemies. Wow. That is brutal. It's very brutal. You're alive? Get lost. Ooh. Yeah, that's very cool. So that is the two-man saw. Is exactly what I wanted from it. It's just a weapon that you can just grab on both ends. If I could ever grab the other end. Oh, this is so difficult to do. There we go. And you could just crouch and just chop people up, which is kind of sadistic when I think about it. Why do I want this? So the next weapon is the PALLAVINCINI sword, or PALLAVINCINI sword. I don't know how to say it, but it looks gorgeous. I really like the handle. I like the colour on the handle. It's nice to have a bit of colour on some weapons sometimes. Obviously, half swording and Mordhau are also possible on this weapon, so that's fantastic. Let's quickly give this a go against some enemies and take a look at how it performs. Okay, let's give this a go. Attack me, come on. Let's try and aggro him. Oh, disarmed and destroyed. So it seems to be actually more of a piercing sword than a slashing sword. I could be very wrong about that. Let's check. Oh no, it's still a slashing sword. So it's like a two-handed, again, it's kind of like a longsword, like a short longsword, if that makes sense. I like it. I really like it. Very clean. Okay, let's quickly try the half swording and we'll move on to our final weapon before we look at the remastered weapon. Yeah, half swording works. Alright, let's take a look at our final weapon before we move on. Oh, I forgot to mention one small thing they added was a stone that you can throw. Now, I don't know how good this is going to be, but let's check. Are you kidding me? That was a one-shot. Okay, well the stone's great. Definitely use it if you manage to somehow pick it up. Okay, so this is very interesting. So I'm pretty sure this dowel was in the game before, but it didn't have these chains that right now, unfortunately, do make a fairly irritating sound, so I'm assuming that will be fixed in the future. That looks really cool. And if anyone's played For Honor, I'm pretty sure this is Tiandi's weapon. So let's give it a spin and not be as annoying as the spinning that Tiandi does. Okay, I'm going to try and do some Tiandi moves here. Okay, Sushin, I want to let you know that there is an issue with this weapon. First of all, the rings fall out of place. And second of all, it doesn't do any damage. Yeah, there's something wrong with this one, man, so, just so you know for release. But yeah, I'm sure this will be great, so don't worry, when this releases, guys, this will be great. Sushin will hopefully see this video and fix that for you guys. But it looks absolutely gorgeous. One of the best looking weapons in the pack, so yeah, I will turn the noise down because that's very loud. But yeah, Sushin, say you're right, man. And the last one that got a small remaster is the Feder, or Feder, I don't know how to say it, but it's essentially a blunt training rapier for fencers. And the handle got completely remade and it looks gorgeous, and it is literally a blunt training rapier, like I said. It is for fencers. It's like an S-stock but blunt. So yeah, it's more for like quick attacks, for counter hit, and we're going to test that out now. Okay, go for another swing please. Go for another swing please. Can you attack me please? That's not him dead. We're going to actually treat him like an actual training guy. Come on, attack. Can you just attack? What's he doing? Fantastic. Yeah, this weapon's beautiful to use. So, that being said, I think that is the end of the video. So, apart from that one broken weapon, which will be fixed on release, I hope, thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked it, before you like the video, go download MMP. Fantastic mod. Once you're back, like the video, subscribe, ring the bell, and don't forget about the giveaway, guys. See you guys in a bit. Peace.